Hello, Nicholas.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Not bad, not bad. Do you mind if we fire some questions while we have you here?
I'd love to.
Fantastic, let's go. Now, first question is, what would you say is your ideal jersey number and why?
Well, I have to say number 4. I played with that number for the most of my career. I feel like it's a good defensive number, not too, too offensive. I mean, like going up, joining the play, score a lot of goals, except if you're Lidstrom and maybe a couple other guys. Played a lot of soccer too growing up, and I was playing in the central, in the back there, and just shooting the ball away. And I felt like number 4 is a good number for that as well. So it just felt like it was a good stay-home D number.
I love that. I love that. Now, since you're retired now, what would you say was the best and also the worst part about being in the NHL?
Ooh, the best part is just the locker room feeling that you have, especially after a big win, when you feel like you gave it all with a team that you really loved, and going on the plane and maybe have a beer with the boys. That's a feeling that I'm never going to have back, and a feeling that I'm definitely going to miss. But at the same time, the grind. The 82 games, the games when you played when you maybe had a broken bone here and there, or I got some painful memories, and I definitely don't miss waking up in the morning, feeling banged up, and knowing that I'm supposed to be on the ice playing a game in a couple of hours. So that's a good feeling not to have anymore. Fair
play. And on top of that, what would you say is your biggest hockey superstitions?
For some reason, I couldn't check the weather the same day when I woke up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't know how. It's probably started. I looked at the weather and I had a terrible game, probably -3 or something.
Yeah.
Team lost, and I probably checked the weather that morning, and just somehow I thought, I should probably not check the weather today. That's probably why I played that so bad, and that's why we lost. So I don't know. It's just one of those weird things that I never really checked the weather on game days after that. Fair
play. Now, when you were growing up and hockey was on the mind, and all you thought about was joining the league, what were the players that you looked up to? Who were they?
Growing up in Sweden, Nick Lidstrom was my big role model, and Nicholas Kronwall. So, the Detroit guys that became our big rivalries there for a couple of years, and at the same time big role models. That was a team that we looked up to. Playing in Chicago, we were that was a team to beat. So it was pretty special, my first game against Detroit, to play against both Niklases and be one of the Niklases on the ice. That was epic. Pretty cool.
That is epic. Now, 2-part question. Of all time, past or present, favorite hockey stick and favorite pair of skates?
You know what? I didn't really. I was definitely one of the low maintenance guys. Okay. I think the equipment guys loved me, not because I was, hopefully I was a good guy in the locker room, but I was very low maintenance. I didn't really ask for a lot of attention with my sticks and my skates. I think I played with the same pair of skates. It was an old pair of CCM skates. I don't think they even do it anymore. I played with the same skates for probably 10 years or so.
Wow, fair.
The same, not the same pair of skates, but the same exact type, model.
That's cool. That's cool. It sits well with me that you like CCM.
Yeah.
Branded with the jacket. I love that. Now, from there, what would you say? I know these are a lot of career moments for you. Olympic medals. You've got 3 Stanley Cup wins. What would you say is, if other than those, like the biggest kind of moment that you've had in your career?
Biggest moment, I just think it was when I landed in Chicago for my first time. Growing up, I grew up in a small village back home. Just to see the size of the town, Chicago, all the skyscrapers, and just walking into the United Center and just realize how big everything is, and that made my goal even more hard, or I wanted even more, you know, to be a part of that, to live in Chicago and play in the United Center. So just driving into the city from the airport my first time, I just had a great gut feeling, and I wanted it so bad.
That's epic. That's epic. Now, this kind of ties in really nicely with your answer over there. Best rookie moment.
Best rookie moment. Probably my first game in Joe Louis. Like I said before, coming from Sweden, the news in the NHL was a lot about Detroit because we had a lot of Swedish players there. So for me to play in that arena, the old Joe Louis arena, not the prettiest, but wow, what an atmosphere, and what a feeling to walk into that barn and play in front of that crowd was big for a Swedish young kid.
Fair play. And as you were coming up and you joined the team, is there anyone that really stands out as being the one that offered you a lot of support?
I think it was just obviously making it to the NHL. You have to have a little bit of luck, and especially if you're going to win a cup too, you have to be in the right team at the right place, and that was no different in my case. Coming over to Chicago, we had a great group of prospects coming in at the same time, and I felt like we really pushed each other towards being better every day, just being on the ice and being so competitive. You know, Taser, Kaner, Buff, me, Versteeg, it was so many guys at the same time. So I can't really name one. I think it was just the group of guys together pushed each other super hard.
Like a good collective group.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, do you mind if we go a little bit off topic?
Sure.
Okay. Car guy?
Sorry?
Are you a car guy?
A little bit, yeah.
Dream car?
Dream car, Koenigsegg.
Okay. And Swedish as well. I like that. Now, do you mind if we ask what are you driving right now?
Tesla. Okay. I've been a Tesla faithful for a long time now, actually, probably over 10 years. So I was pretty new. I was one of the early guys that bought one.
That's pretty cool. Now, since you don't have to be so focused on fitness, etc., do you have like a go-to drink that you would have during the off season that you kind of enjoy maybe a little bit more now?
You know what? I realized I need to work out a lot to feel good about myself and feel good mentally as well. So I haven't really stopped working out because I feel like I really need it for my my body aches as well when I don't work out. So I still try to be in shape, but you know, I love a cold one during the weekend, you know, when I feel like I deserve it after a good week of working out and taking care of myself.
Fair play. And what would you say is your best like type of food?
Type of food, I had to say sushi on that one, you know, and I got so spoiled playing in Chicago for 10 years.
A lot of good spots.
That city is one of a kind when it comes to food, so I really, you know, it's only downhill from there, unfortunately.
Fair play, fair play. I'm a big fan of sushi as well. That's interesting. We're 2 for 2 on the sushi as the best options. Now, what would you say from there would be any guilty pleasures?
I had to say the pizza that we have in my area of the country is we have a different type of sauce for our. It's kind of like a gyro pizza,
okay.
But the sauce is the magic touch, and you can only get that around the area where I live. So we're very proud of that, and that's a go-to. I have to have one of those on Saturday or Sunday. I usually go get one of those pizzas.
Fair play. Now, a random one as well. Celebrity crush.
I don't know. It's tough. I'm so bad at names.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't. I have to pass. Boring answer, but yeah, I don't. It's tough to say. Sorry.
Fair play. Now, cats or dogs, and why?
Dogs for sure. I grew up. My dad was a farmer, and we grew up on the countryside, so there was a lot of cats running around. So I didn't really become a big fan of cats. I'm more of a dog guy for sure.
Fair play, fair play. And also, into watches at all by any chance?
I was. and then I realized that I'm not really that into it. So I bought some. I had probably 4 or 5 watches, yeah, but I don't know. I sold them, and now I'm just not really using watches anymore. So
fair play. Now, what would you say right now is kind of like the biggest activity or hobby, or even maybe perhaps sport that you're really into doing right now?
I just started do some CrossFit, lifting a little bit more weights, and trying to stay in shape in that way. Hopefully, I'm gonna go through with an Ironman this summer, so see if I can start working out for that. So so I'm trying to keep it interesting.
That's good. That's good. Now, when you were in Chicago, who would you say was the biggest diva on the team?
Patrick Sharp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that kind of like made you sit there and go, "You're the biggest diva because of this"?
No, he was just such a goal scorer, and when goal scorers don't score, they get grumpy.
Okay.
And he got grumpy when he didn't score, which is it's a good thing for our team too. He just wanted to score goals, which helps our team.
Fair play. Now, if you don't mind asking, of course, if you don't mind answering, rather, of course, if you don't want to, completely fine. What would you say throughout your entire career is the most outrageous purchase that you've made?
I was probably when I got my first signing bonus. I bought a Mercedes C63 AMG. That was my dream car.
Okay, okay.
But after that, I had almost $0 on my account, so that was
fair play.
Probably not well thought through, but you know what? In the end of the day, it worked out pretty good.
It worked out very well, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, if you didn't get into the league, what would have been like your backup? Like the thing in the back of your mind, you've been like, okay, if I wasn't playing in the NHL, this is what I'd be doing with myself.
I had no backup at all. I was all in ever since I was 4 or 5 years old. I told my mom and my dad that I was supposed to play in the NHL, and growing up, I had some crooked teeth, and my mom, you gotta go get some bracelets or whatever, and I'm like, nah, there's no chance. I'm gonna knock them all out in the NHL anyway, so you don't have to worry about that. So my mind was just laser focused on the NHL.
Fair play. And now, what would you say is your current favorite song?
I'd say I like the new Metallica album.
Yeah?
Yeah. If Darkness Had a Sun, I think is one song there on that album that I really love.
Fair play, fair
Heavy.
play. And this brings us to the last question. If you could go back and relive any moment in your entire career, which one would it be and why?
That's a tough question to just answer on the spot, but one moment, I don't know, maybe taking it a little bit easier the first couple days when you celebrated when you won the first cup.
That's the most honest answer I've heard. Fair play. That's the most honest answer I've heard.
But at the same time not. We all had fun, but yeah, maybe I learned my second and third time I was a little bit it was a little bit better, but maybe a little bit too excited the first time.
Yeah, no, that's epic. As you should be though, right?
Yeah.
Niklas, thank you so much for the interview. Absolute pleasure. See you around.
Thank you.